Okay, this is my first time trying this, and we'll see how it goes. This is Miss Emerson here, and I'm going to explain to you part two of the 13 Colonies Summative. What you're going to be doing for the summative is creating a brochure. Remember that we created a brochure before when we were studying about the different regions of the United States. So this is very similar, but some things are different too. It's the same idea. You're pretending like you live back in this time period during the 13 colonies, and you are pretending that you want to get people to come to visit the 13 colonies. So that's what a brochure is for, to get people to want to go someplace. And so you're going to take your information from part one of the summative. So you need to complete part one first. Okay. And what you're going to do is add notes from part one of the summative to the brochure. So you'll notice that the colors for part one are going to match the colors on the brochure. Just like the part one of the summative, you're going to click on the boxes to add information. And then here's something extra that you'll be doing. You'll be adding related pictures from the time period. So whatever your topic is, you will find pictures from or about the 13 colonies. So let's go to the assignment and take a look. So as I said, you will be using the information from part one of the summative. You were supposed to take information from the unit and fill that in here. Notice that the colors are matching. So this box is gray, these boxes are gray. You're going to use some of that information. Notice here on part one that these boxes are blue, so the information from the blue boxes here are going to go in the blue boxes here. Okay, and then the questions, for example, and answers. Notice that the questions and answers are the same color. The questions are kind of an aqua blue, and the answers are a pink color. So what you're doing is just transferring or moving information from one place to the other, and then adding a few things to make it look like a brochure. So for example, we're going to, oh, and by the way, when you see this little icon, that little picture, that means add a picture. When you add a picture, you want to add it to the whole area, the whole space, okay? So, and you want to make it look nice because we're pretending that we are going to send this brochure to people in Europe to try to get them to come to the colonies, okay? All right, so here's an example. So in the blue box here, as I said, you're going to put the information from the blue boxes in this area. And it says here in the instructions, list 3 reasons why people should visit the colonies. And notice the title here, Reasons to Visit. So I took my information from the first box and I put it on the first box here. Now what I need to do is to find a picture that is going to go along with religious freedom, and I'm going to put it right here where that picture icon is, and I'm going to cover it. So I'm going to, let's see, where do I go? Insert. And I'm going to search the web for something, and I need to make sure that I put in the 13 colonies every time. That'll be the first thing. Whoops. You have to spell it right. I'm always going to put 13 colonies first. I'm going to put 13 colonies religious freedom, and it came up for me, so I'll click on that. Okay, so I want to look for a picture that's going to show religious freedom, and I don't see it here. Sometimes this doesn't give you the best information. Let's see. Religious freedom, 13 colonies. How about religion? Sometimes you have to look at different things, and still, it's not really showing anything. So now I remember, by the way, the 13 colonies, I remember the pilgrims were people, so I have to get more specific here. I noticed that the pilgrims are the people who came for religious reasons. So here's a picture of the pilgrims coming to the colonies. So I think probably that's going to be the best picture that I can find there. And by the way, you'll have to find, if you click on the picture twice, it will, whoops, there we go. It will pop in there, and then you have to resize it. So notice how I changed the size to fit the area. So I'm going to have to make it a little smaller, and I don't want to cover the words. So there you go. I have a picture of the pilgrims coming off of the ship into a new land. And remember, the pilgrims came for the reason of religious freedom. That's why I found that picture of them. Okay. Now, the other thing is here, we're going to take our information. First of all, we need a title. So this is something that you create. And so I'm just going to create the title, Visit the Land of Freedom. Well, I don't want them to just visit. I want them to settle. Settle in the land of freedom. Okay. 13 colonies. So down here, I'm going to put the names of the 13 colonies. Okay, so I have to go back to my list, and I'm going to have to make this a little smaller. So I'm going to reduce the size. Oops, there we go. So that everything will fit, and you can change the font if you want to make it something that you like. So the first colonies were, let's see, I'm going to go from top to bottom. Let's see, Massachusetts. Whoop, there's one even north of there, I think New Hampshire, Massachusetts, etc. Okay, I'm not going to put them all in there for you. I just got it started, but I can tell they're not all going to fit, so I'm going to have to do it a lot smaller font. Okay. Here I'm going to resize the box so this fits in there a little better. So you can kind of play around with that. Once you get done, you can probably transfer information. Here I'm going to look for a pretty picture of the colonies that would make people want to go there. So again, you would insert an image from the computer. If you don't find what you're looking for, we don't want a map here because the second page is going to ask you to find a map, and this is showing you all maps. So instead, I'm going to close that, and I'm going to I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm going to look for people in the 13 colonies. I always have to put 13 colonies or else I'm not going to get everything that I want. I'll go to images. What looks nice? Well, that kind of looks nice, that picture there. But if I put that picture in, I'm going to have to change the size. So I'm going to put that in there. I like that picture. So, whoops, what did I do? I didn't want to do that. I'll close that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the picture. Sometimes this works. Actually, let's do this. I'm going to save the image. on my desktop, which has a lot of things on it right now. Okay. Uh, let's see, I'm going to put it on. You want to make sure you know where it goes. Usually for you, it'll put it in the place on your computer where all the pictures are. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to insert a picture here. So I'm going to have to put my cursor right there. Might not put it in the place I want it. So I'm going to have to upload from the computer. Oh my, see all those things that I have? So I'm going to take that, and notice the size is not going to fit. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to, whoops, what did it do? I'm having a problem. For some reason it doesn't want to go in there. Well, sometimes you have problems and you have to fix them. So I'm going to try that again. It seemed to work before. Upload from computer. Okay. Put that in there. And I'm going to make it big enough, but what I have to do is I have to cut it down. So if you go right here, see where it says crop image? You go like that, and you're going to have to make sure you grab the black, those little black sides, okay? And I'm going to have to resize that picture so it's going to fit where I need it. Now, you can't use the same pictures that I use, so you'll have to figure that out for yourself. Okay, and there's my picture. I've resized it and it fits in that area. And I don't want to do this to make it fit because it's just going to make it look weird. So I want to make sure it's the right size. And if it's not, instead of stretching it out, you can just go back, click on the picture, go back and crop it again to make sure that it fits the way that you need it to. So I might cut it down like that and then put it in there. Okay, make it a little bit bigger. You don't want to make it too big. Okay, whoops. Grab the edges of it and make it a little bigger and move it around so it looks nice. Okay, so that's what you're doing. And the second page of the brochure is the same thing. You're going to go back here, use your notes, and put that information in the places. Here's a picture here. So for example, on here, on your research notes, you have this colored boxes here for the facts, okay? And then here, that's where you're going to type the facts. You'll click on the box twice and start typing. Here you're looking for a 13 colonies map. And then this information is just, again, from your research notes. So if you have any questions about this, please send me a Schoology message or contact Miss Kay, and we will be glad to help you with this. And thank you for listening, and do your best work. All right, thanks. Bye.